Sometimes I go to
Who would have ever thought that they would have a special edition DVD of this?
and I walk away mad.
A lot of people would consider it crappy. I consider it classic.
I just wanted to see some boobies, and I wanted to see a man. Ooh, what can I do? Ooh, what can I do? I can watch some creepy, crappy movie reviews, creepy, crappy movie reviews.
Hello, folks, and welcome to the December 31st, 2008 edition of Creepy's Crappy Movie Reviews. The last day of 2008, I thought I would go ahead and try to get this review in the can and get it up for you guys to watch after you see the ball drop. I know our buddy Jason Payne loves to see balls drop. So anyway, got a lot of stuff going on. We got a new show up this Friday. We're going to make a pretty big announcement on there as far as because there's a lot of controversy lately on the message board and stuff like that, and we're going to make an announcement about all that. What's true, what isn't true, But all that out of the way, I was going to talk about a movie that I mentioned in the Blog TV video last weekend when we were on Blog TV. I wanted to do a review of this because I think a lot of people really rag on this movie, and it's not that bad. I actually like it. I've always enjoyed it. This is the sequel to the 1999 cult hit. Well, not really a cult. It was a mainstream horror hit. The Blair Witch Project. This is Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2. Now, give you a little bit of backstory here. Dedicate you people. And by the way, my voice sounds a little raspy because I've been sick for like a week. But that's the Kentucky weather around. Here's the oddest shit. You have one day it's in the 70s. The next day it's like 7. That's Kentucky weather for you, and that's what got me sick. Anyway, the Blair Witch Project was a huge hit in 1999. What made it such a hit is it utilized the internet. It was like one of the first movies to ever create a buzz for itself on the internet, because a lot of people may not remember. I know a lot of you guys were probably in grade school. A lot of the YouTubers were back when this movie came out. A lot of people thought this movie was legit when they saw it in the theater. They thought it was a real documentary. It scared the hell out of people. I know it's a little overblown now. People have probably heard enough about it, but it's like a 10-year anniversary of the original Blair Witch Project, so give it the respect it deserves. I expect to see at least 1 or 2 reunions of the Blair Witch Project this coming year. And if I don't, you horror convention promoters out there, somebody's going to get their ass whipped. So anyway, let's go to the sequel. Let's talk about the sequel and who directed it. Joe Berlinger, who before actually did the Blair Witch, he did a movie that inspired the Blair Witch Project, the original, which was Paradise Lost, The Childhood Murders at Robin Hood Hills, which is one of the best documentaries you will ever see. Has some great kick-ass music from Metallica on it. Back when they actually made music worth listening to, they supplied the music for that movie. And he did a sequel, Revelations, which was Paradise Lost 2, and I think they're actually working on a third one right now. But anyway, those documentaries partially inspired the original Blair Witch Project, so I suppose they were thinking, well, let's get this dude to direct the sequel, which was Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2, doodly-doo. And this movie is more about the fans of the Blair Witch Project. The whole story is a group of fans led by this dude who owns the site, the Blair Witch Hunt. .com, and I actually tried that, and I don't think it works anymore, but he puts this little tour together showing the fans of the Blair Witch the locations. The ruins of the house, Coffin Rock, all that stuff. Shows them all those locations. While they're camping out there, though, something happens. The Blair Witch possesses them, possesses one of their bodies. I don't know. A lot of bizarre shit happens after that, though. A lot of flashbacks of stuff that the campers don't remember. A lot of weird stuff. Very dark movie is the reason I liked it. It was like a very desolate, slow, dark film, where, you really get the feeling that the four, fans of the movie are the only four people alive on planet Earth. Like nothing can save them, So I really enjoyed it. I think that the girls in the movie are Erica Learson, who went on to do the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake, unfortunately, a few years later. And the luscious Kim Director, who I haven't seen anything yet. She was like the goth girl in this movie, and she did a great job in the movie. She's a very good-looking girl anyway. Her putting the goth stuff on just sort of accentuated her hotness, baby. But anyway, all that aside, when this movie came out, it bombed. People hated it. I think partially because it was nothing like the original Blair Witch movie. And maybe that's what people were expecting. Maybe they were like, oh shit, they found like reel 6 or tape 6 of, Heather and Josh's, camping trip or whatever. But no, this is shot like a real film, and it's nothing at all like the original Blair Witch movie, which unfortunately, caused this movie to bomb, and the franchise is dead. They haven't done anything with it since this movie, and this movie came out in October of the year 2000. And I like the movie. I know that some people probably don't like it. It's probably the same people that didn't like the original movie, but I think the original movie is an all-time classic. It's one of the few films that came out in the past 10 years that I would call a classic. But Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2 is a very fun movie. I always go back and watch it every few years. And actually, I recently picked this daddy-o up for $2 at Big Lots. So even if you didn't like the movie, it's only going to cost you $2. To either get this or get like a can of Coca-Cola. But anyway, I like this movie a lot. Check it out if you haven't yet. Let me get the light out of the... There you go. Blair Witch 2, Book of Shadows. Check us out. We're going to have the Pity Awards this week. And possibly some big announcements coming up about the future of DEADPIT.com. So check us out and tune in on our YouTube page for more creamy horror goodness brought to you from DeadPit.com.